Welcome back. You're watching Reporter's Diary on CNBC TV 18. It is earnings season. Godrej Industries is one of the companies announcing its results today. Adi Godrej is expected to be addressing the press very, very shortly as far as the results go. You can see him in the other window. He's not started speaking as yet. We'll be cutting into live just as when that press conference starts. But in the meanwhile, here's a quick check of the global headlines at this hour. South Korea's current account surplus has almost halved in April after exports of computer and phone chips as well as oil products slowed down. The surplus was $1.78 billion in April, down from a revised $2.97 billion in March. Spain's plan to recapitalize troubled lender Bankia was rejected by the ECB. According to European officials, the ECB told Madrid that a proper capital injection was needed for Bankia and its plans were in danger of breaching an EU ban on central bank funding of governments. Now let's head back home, and Adi Godrej has begun that press conference. Let's cut in live.
Profit growth of 41% for quarter 4. For the year, the standalone sales growth was 26% and the net profit growth was 51%. However, on the consolidated profits for quarter 4, they were affected because a large part of the sales and profits of Godrej Properties in quarter 4 was in our major Vikhroli project, major new Vikhroli project, which is a joint venture between Godrej Properties and Godrej Industries, and also some of the sales were to group companies in our new headquarters building in Vikhroli. So when the sales are to group companies, then under the consolidation accounting standards, the profits have to be deducted. They come in the standalone profits, but since they are sales to companies which are consolidated with the parent company, they have to be deducted. And that is why the consolidated profit figure for quarter 4 was lower. However, for the whole year, consolidated profits was about the same as the previous year, and the sales growth in the consolidated numbers was 26%. So we had a good year. Most of our businesses, Godrej Agrovet, Godrej Properties, Godrej Consumer Products, our chemicals business, have all done well, and we expect them to continue to do well in the year 12-13. We are happy to answer any questions.
So coming to your Godrej Consumer Products business, which saw very healthy growth of 32%. There has been some talk of, you had made a mention of the fact that you would like to enter into the dental care space, the oral care space, and that you had also mentioned that it would be very hard to do that by setting up a manufacturing base all over. So we are assuming that it would again be in the line of an acquisition. Can you give us a sense of what is really happening?
No, we have no objective to enter the oral care business. I may have mentioned that if there is a good acquisition to be made, or if there is a good business in oral care available, we would look at it. But that's all. There is no plans to get into oral care. And we are not planning to get into oral care organically, because it will be competitively very difficult to establish ourselves organically. But in the domestic sphere, Godrej Consumer Products will be open to acquisitions in any field within personal and household care, if strategically it makes sense. But internationally, our acquisitions will be restricted to our 3 core categories, which is hair color, household insecticides, and personal wash.
So the new packaging norms which are going to come out on 1st July, so how are you preparing for it?
We are quite prepared to implement them. Our team is prepared, but today I read in the newspapers that they might postpone the implementation. So, but we are all set.
सर जो गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी में जो स्लो डाउन दिख रहा है, उसकी वजह से इंडस्ट्रीज के सेंटिमेंट्स पे क्या असर पड़ रहा है?
नहीं, जरूर पड़ रहा है. गवर्नमेंट डिसीजन मेकिंग में थोड़ी धीमी आई है और जीडीपी ग्रोथ भी कम हो रहा है, लेकिन जो रिफॉर्म प्रोसेस वापस शुरू हो जाए तो स्कोप है कि वापस हम इस देश में
So there you have it, Adi Godrej on the performance of Godrej Industries, saying PAT pretty much the same as FY11 and giving a small guidance that it will be around the same levels going forward in FY13. But let's stay with Earnings Corner. M&M drove in a stylish fourth quarter, beating estimates